staying for the evening and at the bar.
Go ahead.
So as we got back to the trailer park...
I don't want to hear we. I'm talking about you.
As I got back to the trailer park, we had been drinking some beer. Matt and I started wrestling around, joking around like we had done a lot in the past growing up together. It kind of got escalated. He had choked me to the ground, so we had a few words. As I walked away, kind of stood up, and we kind of ended the argument. He walked up and punched me in the face.
And you saw that?
Yes.
And you were drunk?
Yeah.
Tell me your story, Mr. Foss.
I met up with these guys in Escondido, California, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We stopped at the gas stations, stopped at the grocery store to get beer.
Had you known him before?
I've known both of them for years.
Go ahead.
We proceed to go to the desert, Tocatilla. As we get there, we stop. We all let air out of our tires for off-roading. They crack open the 12-packs. This is about 5:30 in the afternoon. As we drive through, it takes us about 2.5 hours to get to the camp. Every 20 minutes, 25 minutes, we stop so they can use the restroom, pop some more beers. Then we keep going.
Who's driving?
I was driving my personal truck.
Okay.
Jesse was driving his truck with a passenger, and then Jake was in with Jesse, I believe. And then there was another truck with 2 other people. We get to camp. We all have dinner. It's kind of like a little buffet thing. One of the guys there cooks. Jake came up to me. He was having a Jack Daniels and Coke, and he had a bottle of Jägermeister in his pocket. He was ready to go. At no point did I ever go to the bar that night, or either of them. None of us left each other's sight. So them going to the bar is false. Then we go to a place called Cell Phone Hill. We watch the helicopters practicing. Then from there, we go to another place. Beers the whole time.
Who's drinking?
All the other trucks except mine. I've been sober for years, so no alcohol was consumed.
That's what he says.
Yeah.
In his complaint?
No, we weren't. We had been broken up for about a year, almost a year.
Tell me what he was arrested for, Miss Lewis.
When he called me and told me that he was in jail, he said he was arrested for, he got pulled over initially for a light being out in the back of his car, and they grabbed his license, and I believe it was suspended, and he had drug paraphernalia and some other things in his car, and that's why he was arrested.
On what month and year was that, Miss Lewis?
That was January of 2008.
And the last time you and Mr. Lindsay lived together was when?
April of 2007.
Had you ever had him arrested for domestic violence?
Yes, I did.
Okay, that's not what we're talking about now.
Okay.
We're refreshing your recollection a little bit. Drug paraphernalia, January of 08. Where do you come from?
As far as where I live?
Yeah.
I live in Fallbrook, California.
Okay. You were arrested for drug paraphernalia?
I wasn't arrested for drug paraphernalia. I had a person in my vehicle had paraphernalia on them. So that's where all that falls into play as far as...
What was the charge against you in January of 08, sir?
I ended up getting pinned for something that the person had in my car. He did not want to plead to what was his.
What were you arrested for? The charge?
It was paraphernalia.
How was that case resolved, Mr. Lindsay?
I served my time for the...
You pled guilty.
And I served my time for the probation, and it was all dismissed.
You pled guilty. Answer is yes.
Yes.
At some point, you were violated. Or was the 2 months that you spent in jail the sentence, Mr. Lindsay?
No, that was for the DV case.
That was for the domestic violence case that you spent 2 months in jail. That happened in 2007. Had there been a warrant outstanding for your arrest? Means you deposited $39.50 into this account. You agree with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that was a good 6 months after you and the plaintiff had separated.
Yes, Your Honor.
What was that check for, Mr. Peelman?
Work I had done for a mortgage company.
He's lying.
Shh. Listen, if you say it again, I'm dismissing your case.
Okay,
Do you
I'm
understand? Now, you've been warned once, and I said it nicely once before, so the next time you're gone. You do understand. Now, how much money did you take out of this account, sir, other than the $1,000?
I don't recall, Your Honor.
Do you have the information as to how much he withdrew on this check for $49.50?
Yes.
I'd like to see it.
Here's the bank statement, and on the second page, there's 2 debits.
What was this cash withdrawal from savings, $475? Whose withdrawal is that?
He was the only person using the account, Your Honor.
That was on 9/19.
Correct.
And this also went in on 9/19. So you started out with a beginning balance, sir, September 1st of $6. And you put in this check, which for some reason turned out to be a bad check. Why is that?
Why is it that I deposited or it turned out to be a bad check?
Yeah, why is it that it turned out to be a bad check?
Obviously, the company that wrote it to me didn't have sufficient funds.
Right. When were you notified of this balance?
I was notified when I went into the bank on December 31st, 2009.
Okay, so now I'd like you to explain to me, sir, if you took out the money, your check turned out to be a bad check. That I understand. But now you got the benefit from the money. Do you understand?
I do.
You paid your bills, you put food in your belly, you may have paid rent, you paid your insurance. Whatever you did with that money, I'd like you to explain to me why you believe that the plaintiff should be responsible for paying back that money.
As I put it, Your Honor, is as far as
a means for the defendant to contact our son.
That's your choice.
We had a verbal agreement after the divorce that he would continue to pay. He paid pretty much regularly until August of 2009, around the time that I had a new baby, and then the payments stopped coming.
So you should have taken him off the cell phone plan.
To take him off the cell phone plan would have been another $200.
Right, and then you would have been finished. Listen to me.
Okay.
How much did it cost you to take him off the plan?
It would cost me...
Not would cost. How much did it cost you?
I've not paid yet to take him off the plan.
Then you're a little premature. All right, now, that's what I thought. Take him off. If it costs you $200, it costs you $200, or it might cost you nothing. When is your plan up? You started in 2004. It's 2009. I mean, is this cradle-to-grave coverage?
Well, we kept renewing his line. We kept renewing his line. He was...
Well, you shouldn't have renewed it.
The only reason I renewed it, Your Honor, was to keep an open line between...
I don't care.
Okay.
That's between you, him,
I just
and your
wanted
child.
the child
And
to
if you
have a
want
way
it-
to...
And if you wanted it, then you pay for it. Perfect. Piggy bank. Your son had a piggy bank with money in it. How old is your son?
He's 7.
Tell me when you took the money out of his piggy bank.
I don't remember what day it was. I needed some cash. I figured I'd pay child support. It's my money anyway, so I took it.
You're an idiot.
Maybe.
Not maybe. Not maybe.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Are you in a family dispute? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Now, how much did you take out of the piggy bank?
I don't know. It was like $50 or something like that.
$50 at least in cash.